Video 3.2, Pasquini's Partimento Duo. Pasquini wrote Partimenti for two players alongside Partimenti for a single player. Now each player only saw a bass, a Partimento, and improvised a right-hand part. The upper staff is called the primo, the first player. The lower staff is the secondo, or second player. One might have been the master, the other the apprentice. This is filled with the basic schemas that an apprentice would need to learn. For example, here in D minor, our scale degrees 3, 4, 5, 1, a cadence according to Pasquini's rule, and then a cadence in A minor, G minor again, F major. So the apprentice had to be able to play the realization of a basic schema in many different keys. Similarly, if you remember from our little turquoise boy, he liked very much a pattern by his teacher Leo that leapt up intervals ta-dum, dee-dee-dee-dee-ta, like that. Leo may have been a student of Pasquini. Here, this leaping fourth here is echoed in the secondo, back in the primo, in the secondo, and so forth. So two schemas make up a great deal of this work. But even knowing those schemas well, interacting with another player in real time and improvising your part is not easy. Let's listen to just the basses alone. That is, without realizations, but just how the basses interact. The bright sound will be the primo, a more muffled sound, the secondo. As you heard, the last few measures are played twice. There's quite an art in one player interacting with another player in a way to make a unified performance. The master, for example, might use a particular motif in this first phrase, and then the apprentice might take it up in the second phrase. And the same with the third phrase and the fourth phrase. One really has to listen as a performer, and frankly, only some quite good performers can perform these type of partimenti. So let's listen to Shedlock's realization, which showed up in 1895, 200 years later than Pasquini probably wrote this. And what Shedlock indicates is that in the world of church organists, a kind of musical underground, that these skills were still alive in the late 19th century, long after most people thought they were long gone. very impressive kind of music, notated with only 2 parts. You might say, for professional musicians in this tradition, a word to the wise was sufficient. A single note at a time could be enough to prompt an entire glorious contrapuntal fabric.